It sounds
for
like
the
it.
Palestine people.
No, it is not. But who are the terrorists? Well, tell me how many Jews have been convicted of terrorism? There's one that I know of, and it was an assassination. So could you please tell me how many?
They are terrorists right now.
Who's a terrorist? You're a terrorist? Icelanders? Are they terrorists? Are they?
So if I'm not mistaken, the law is
Sounds like
directly applied to people convicted.
Who are we fucking bombing? Who are we fucking killing?
Of carrying out deadly terror attacks.
You guys aren't even capable, so it doesn't even matter.
they drink too much. It sounds like.
Anyways, the bigger threat isn't the issue of
not that.
change,
It's not fucking that. You're not getting it. They're bombing schools. They're bombing hospitals. That's against martial law.
What hospital?
It's against martial
One that
law,
went in the
guys.
parking lot?
It's against martial law.
It's against martial law.
preventing.
Guys,
Because of
you
war.
guys are just
Fatima,
talking with
I'm gonna
a
ask you,
clear
do you think you can
NPC
do this one?
retard who has been like
Just
subjected
keep me
to
down. You're
intense propaganda from whatever leftist hellhole fucking government they have.
Man, he was a Nazi.
So people
He's an idiot.
suffer from the
Depression.
Go ahead, Ocean. What do you want to say? I'm sorry.
Yeah, kick me down. Kick me down.
In her country suffer from depression. They're so depressed they just want to fucking be on somebody's side. And who are you talking to? Just let her go.
Yeah. So, my dear,
There's
been one person executed under the death penalty in Israel, and it was Eichmann. Okay, and they actually had to catch him. They had to send his special unit to catch him in Argentina. You can read all about it. There's
And how many has Israel killed? How many Palestinians have Israel killed?
She's the same girl who said, I don't need a man in my life.
See, the difference
Yeah, this is the same one.
Israel is doing itself.
So you don't need men?
I don't know. How many died on October 7th?
Men, or you don't need a man?
Question on numbers. I don't know why people think numbers matter. Hamas was the aggressor. They committed terrorist acts. They committed war crimes, and Israel's acting in self-defense.
Yeah, so it's okay for Israel to blow up hospitals and
The one that went in the parking lot.
They have blown up
Tell me about the
hospitals.
hospital.
So what you're mistaken about the
No, they have blown up hospitals. Look it up.
There's no
Look it the
point.
fuck up. You're telling me to look the shit up. You
I
look it up.
don't need to because it went into a parking lot.
Icelandic bubble or wherever the fuck she's from. And she's isolated from
So it says that 27% of all overall Icelandic people
No, you're just.
Wait, what are you
are
saying?
excessive drinkers that have a drinking problem.
27% of Iceland has a drinking problem?
Now check this out. Between 18 and 34,
Yeah, show us
it's
the fucking
42%
proof.
of all of them are alcoholic.
Show us the proof. Show us the proof. Show us
Almost
the
half
proof.
of the fucking population, 18 to 34 in Iceland, are
It's
alcoholics.
because of the weather.
Show us
The
the
weather is so
proof.
fucked up. They don't know what to do.
42%
They're just drunk.
of Icelanders are drunks, 18 to 34.
Send us the research.
I swear
Put the research in the
I'm
chat.
not even kidding. I'm not even like trolling. I'm dead ass.
No, Leo, put the research in the chat.
You want it?
Yeah.
I'll give it.
27% of the population are alcoholics? That's incredible.
So what it says exactly, hold on guys, it says 27% of Icelandic adults exhibit high-risk, harmful drinking patterns. Teenage substance abuse is up to 42%. 40% of men and women aged 18 to 34 engage in heavy episodic drinking.
You know?
Thanks. You need the fucking research. Where is it?
A bunch of drunks. Well, of the
You
drinking
need
age,
the research.
people that drink on
It
average.
is what it is.
So,
Now
that you know that
It's
Oh my
a
God,
different
Bernie,
research.
There's a little.
You believe everything fucking here.
Bernie, shut the fuck up. I'm not doing your leg work for you.
Okay. No,
Listen,
look who
it
you fucking
says-
voted for. You believe
it
everything
says
you fucking
what-
hear. So give
I
me the
typed
fucking
it. Oh my
research.
God. Go to Google. I know you have Google. It says what percentage. I typed in what percentage.
Oh yeah,
Alright,
so not an actual fucking research.
Let's go it's got all the fucking studies. I'm just not gonna fucking take time to actually post them. You can simply click on it.
Sounding like a real fucking Trump supporter.
Us?
Yeah, I fucking know. You're all
You're
fucking
in the Trump house.
demented.
Then why did you come in here?
Abby, you've met.
Because they don't fucking have the research to back anything up.
You're committing
Abby,
Wait, hold on.
He doesn't have the
Hold
research to
on,
back it
Abby,
up.
you've met Donald Trump
Hold on.
before. You've met Donald Trump before. Do you think you have cognitive dissonance?
No. Why don't you just Skull was talking?
Yeah, I was just saying, like, her society is totally suicidal. Their birth rate is low. You have people like her. I could imagine, right? It's not even crazy for me to say that. She probably has 10 other friends who think exactly like her. They don't need a man, this and that. Just the Alu Akbars are just going to take over Iceland. They're going to have their high migration or whatever, and she'll probably might see the end of the light at the end of the tunnel or whatever. But by then it might be too late. Or whatever.
Yeah, they don't see.
I don't think there's like a.
They don't see any sun.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it doesn't even make sense to say that. So literally talking to her is just retarded. Like,
Iceland has a higher birth rate than America.
yeah, but you guys.
Yeah, you're giving birth to a bunch of
you guys are
Japanese.
retarded though.
Giving birth to
Like I live in a retarded country, so I understand what it's like to be in a retarded country. But you guys are a little bit more retarded than us.
How? What's retarded? Free
did
healthcare, free school.
Did you guys see the 60-minute piece on Iceland and how the whole economy is crashing there? The economy was devastated because they tried to switch from fishing to banking. Did you see that 60 Minutes piece? I'll put it in the
Also,
chat.
they're super
Yeah, from
corrupt.
2009.
Is often ranked among the happiest nations. It also has a high rate of antidepressant usage and reported depressive symptoms, particularly among young women, with a 49.8% lifetime prevalence of mental disorders reported in a 2023 study.
Yeah, because you get no vitamin, because you get no sunlight. Can I fucking answer because I live here? Can I fucking answer?
What kind of antidepressants are you on, Berta?
I'm not. I'm central.
Liar.
I'm central.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I'm a central, but I'm diagnosed. I don't have depressive disorder. I have an anxiety disorder. That's a weird word to say.
I remember those times when people with
Why did Rich went down?
Cannabis.
go around telling like strangers they just met like 5 minutes ago. People have some level of dignity and pride not to share everything private with people they just met 2 minutes ago. It's like, what happened to those times? Why is it every time you go on stage somewhere, you have to listen to like these leftist people telling how many fucking diseases and dysfunctions or whatever the fuck they suffer, and half of it is probably just not true. They just use it to like claim some kind of a benefit, and then they go on a rampage about how it's so bad to live in the West.
Well said.
Thank you.
Didn't you listen to voices?
Who wrote this
Oh my
report?
God,
Live
this
some
guy.
fucking benefit.
I know, but the other
Paying
thing,
up to just fuck with us. It's Matt's is doing it.
the other thing that's interesting is how broke they all are. So the other part of the depression from being dark most of the year,
You know, you are in depression too.
the whole country went under.
Yeah,
We took you under too.
if the U.S. took over Greenland and Iceland, it would be a huge benefit to the people.
No, fuck off. Do not even fucking try it.
No, I'm just saying, if it did happen, it would be a huge benefit.
I, for one, am enjoying the new character discovery of Berta. And quite honestly, for someone that has an anxiety disorder, you're very, you disclose a lot, which to me says maybe you don't have the anxiety disorder that you think you have.
I got anxiety. Greenland is definitely on the menu for sure.
We should take Iceland and Greenland.
I don't think we need Iceland.
Did they suffer an Islamic refugee migrant crisis there?
Europe will come on your fucking ass.
And Abby, the country had an economic disaster because of the 2008 financial crisis, not because they abandoned fishing. It's because their dumbasses decided to mortgage the shit out of themselves and they lost everything. But their economy's doing great. What are you talking about?
Who also got an economic crisis? You. No way.
Actually, Iceland was the only country after 2008 that filed bankruptcy, and that's what fucking saved them.
No, you also bought this to the fucking banking series. Oh my god.
Well, what happened is they rebounded quicker than others.
Because they filed bankruptcy, because they discharged all the debt legally, they were one of the only countries to achieve that. Hello?
So quicker.
Got better
From Italy.
way before fucking America.
Did she say we fuck better? What did she say?
Varför fucking helvetes anska den raskades fucking kokaren?
Berta, is your boyfriend a jihadist?
What?
Your boyfriend is a jihadist, so what?
What's your name?
Berta, do you descend from the ancient Vikings? Are you a former Viking queen?
Is your boyfriend a dirty Muslim?
Radicalist Muslim son of a bitch. You see?
Still don't understand what the fuck you're saying. You
Is
tell me
your
what the shit inside.
Is your boyfriend a dirty Muslim?
If anyone had any doubts about what happened to the sanitarium or the, psych ward, the public psych ward, it's become Clubhouse. Clubhouse is definitely a holding facility for individuals who don't think so good anymore. I do believe that Alzheimer's and dementia, early onset dementia amongst the youth is a thing. And we all have to read a book sometimes because the toxic communication, the waste of time, the comedy, it's so juvenile, it's so pedestrian. Let's all have higher standards and greater quality in the content that we experience.
Content and quality? Are you fucking kidding me?
Definitely suffer from multiple personalities.
No, that you have a better life quality in America than in Europe is fucking hilarious.
Europeans are getting raped by
Did
Muslims.
she have a laugh like the Wicked Witch a little bit? Like Margaret Hamilton?
Oh my god. You do know that Europe has better life quality.
Really good jackpot someday. Maybe Hashem will take care of that. No,
Ribbon Shalom, you have to make atonement, Abby, on Yom Kippur if you want to adjust your AGI in Shemayim.
but I'm really waiting for that big jackpot.
Keep dreaming, honey. It's just a video game, sucker.
For the bomb to hit the Palestinian children.
You might as well just buy a PlayStation or an Xbox, Abby. It's just a video game. Don't be a sucker. Elijah, the prophet, Ribbon Shalom. Abby, what's the Fontainebleau Hotel like in Vegas? I saw the Fontainebleau in Vegas. It looks awesome.
It is pretty awesome. They're good restaurants there. Great bars, restaurants.
But Rabbi Shmuley Bater told me to protest Fontainebleau.
Oh yeah, but that's a different fountain.
Oh.
It's a really nice hotel though. It's big.
I saw it on Instagram. It looked dope.
Very, very happy about the restaurants that are in there. They're excellent.
Would you recommend a 43-year-old Talmud Chacham to live in Vegas or in Miami? What's the better hotspot right now?
I would recommend the Wynn over it.
What's better for living, Vegas or Miami?
Like
You mean cockroaches? How many times have you met Steve Wynn, Abby?
He's a very nice man.
What do you think about his plastic surgeon?
He's had several.
What do you think about David Copperfield having to retire after the Epstein drop?
He has lovely children that are here.
You know David Copperfield? The David Copperfield?
I know his kids.
Are they Epstein's kids?
No, he has two beautiful children that live here.
Was Epstein doing a genetic cloning program?
Pardon me? No, he's got a beautiful wife. She was a model. It was actually his baby mom, and I don't think they ever officially married. She's a beautiful woman. She had two.
Yeah, but they were just around.
So why do you think Attorney General Pam Bondi got fired today? Was it over Epstein?
I don't know.
Did she release too much?
I actually came in the room to ask.
That's what we were trying to get at. Did she release too much? Did she fuck it up?
I've been busy with the 10 plagues. Can someone tell me why she got fired? Does anyone know this?
She fucked it up. She fucked it up.
What was the what is
She didn't know how to redact enough. That's what's up.
What was I saw her statement. I saw her statement that was she was praised the administration.
Yeah. No,
So
the reason
what's the official statement for this?
providing sufficient movement on the cases the administration wanted to push forward.
It was a rumor she tipped off Swalwell.
Yeah, what was?
Yeah, it was just
Do you believe that, Beaver? Like, what is the story with that? That they were going to.
preventing
Essentially, I've got a big
moving
fact.
forward.
Sorry, what did you say, Matt?
She was just preventing it from going forward and like preventing all the evidence, supposedly.
And he's running for governor, right?
Yeah.
And so is that just conjecture, or was there an actual statement about that?
No, I only heard it on Clubhouse so far. I haven't found it anywhere else, but Naveen brought it up, or King Nav. Yeah.
He usually knows stuff.
Yeah.
But she issued a very nice statement praising the administration.
And the administration gave her a nice statement too. It was very cordial exit.
And they're saying possibly that Lee Zeldin might be appointed, which is great. I mean, he's a very bright guy.
Yeah, well, Todd Blanche is acting.
So, what do you guys think about the Army general that was told to retire by Pete Hegseth? What do you think the reasoning behind that was? I'm hearing things like, oh, maybe he was kind of anti-invasion, ground troops, or whatnot.
I want to read about it. I don't even know about it. Do you know the name?
I'll find it. There was three different types of, I don't know if they're all generals, but let me see.
Wait, what was the question?
Man, I miss one day, and there's so much in the news cycle. It's so crazy.
Yeah, it was a busy news day.
The news cycle is getting crazy for my side. I don't know how to digest it. Can you help me? There are some contradicting news about this war. I am very willing to talk about this.
Just get the newspaper.
Okay, yeah, so U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth asked Army Chief of Staff Randy George to step down from his post. This was 9 hours ago, according to BBC.
Oh yeah.
So he's the guy that oversees like the whole army like division, right, or whatever. Sorry, I don't know if I'm not American, whatever. But he's basically the top brass in that, so it's very important. It's not just some random.
Yeah, he's dragging ass, and Pete Hegseth said, "Can we step up the tempo on this?" So he fired him because he's a woke West Point pussy, and he replaced him with a University of Arizona general who's gonna kick some ass.
Well, I guess that's the story then.
We'll see.
Allegedly.
Working so far.
Anyways, they're saying that they're going to send in commandos, and they already have a plan to take the uranium dust and put it in some type of secured container for removal, and they're sending in the commandos. The Green Berets. Special Force Delta Operator 9 Rainbow 69.
Yeah, that's gonna work. They've got all that excavation equipment that they're pushing out there too.
Abby kept bringing up that Apple show, the Iran thing, and like that's definitely predictive programming on Apple's behalf. How did they know that we were gonna go in?
Actually, if you play the video game Battlefield, they actually have an entire section of like a shootout on the Karga Island or whatever it's called.
Did they
That
really?
was like years ago.
Wow. I mean, did you ever watch Homeland? It's a series because the last season of Homeland predicted the Taliban coming back in Afghanistan. It's pretty wild.
Super.
The third season of Homeland was about IRGC. I watched that, the third.
Did you see that guy Breacher or whatever his name is? He attacked his neighbor. Fucking asshole.
Oh, because he was on his motorcycle.
Yeah, what a fucking prick.
Yeah, he was speeding up and down the neighborhood street or whatever. Somebody got pissed off and he beat the shit out of his neighbor.
I think that the Strait of Hormuz can be opened by United States very soon, in half a day. Why don't they? Is there a point to keep the strength of IRGC?
Yeah, apparently we can just open it up in half a day, but we just don't do.
They have to stop blackmailing people. $2 million a ship? $2 million a ship to be in a public waterway? Fucking terrorist, cocksucking, blackmailing terrorists. Blow them all up. Don't send them $2 million. Send them an artillery round.
I wouldn't call it a public waterway.
Fuck it. It's public now.
Is it?
Yes, I think that Mullah needs
I don't know if it is because a gasoline is $4.09 again.
Oh, that's a good deal. $10 in Los Angeles.
It's actually worse. That's actually worse than
$2.82 here. Yeah, get fucked.
It was gas. You know what's nuts? Gas prices were better when Biden was president.
Even with the war. Yes, Trump would have managed it better than Biden.
Well, Trump is going to hit them so hard over the next 3 weeks now that we finally got this West Point pussy out of the Pentagon. This University of Arizona general is a wildcat. They say that single-handedly he destroyed over 200 Taliban terrorists with his bare hands. Didn't even use an M16A4. He used his hands.
Well, they just destroyed a bridge, right? So that's pretty important.
Do you think that's going to change gas prices in the next couple of months?
Doesn't matter. Just go buy a Tesla and just charge up electrically and then go in the boring hole and just go to the next casino to play the next slot machine so you can pay Abby's mortgage. Who cares?
I'd rather not have to buy a
shiny new vehicle. I'd rather just keep the one that I have that I've already paid off. What do you think is going to happen in the midterms when gasoline is still $4 and fucking?
Midterms? We already had the midterms. What are you talking about?
Huh?
Hello?
What? I think I accidentally talked over you. What'd you say?
Oh, you think?
Talk to Peter the watermelon. Peter knows all the answers.
All those decomposing bodies that got strangled will produce all the
They
gas.
can barely speak.
Yeah, Peter, take the fucking turtleneck out of your mouth.
United States. I prefer that the moon law is going to be dealt with United States, so we would be able to make long-term relationships in different areas, not just petrol and energy. In a lot of strategic areas, Iran is locked out of the mainland of the world by moon law.
Oh, that's a beautiful statement, Peter. I hope we can achieve the peace that you dream. Utopia now.
You sound like John.
Not financial relationships for later benefits between the countries, because we need to maintain this if we make it. If we this kind of alliance.
Peter, can you call your cousin Mahmoud on Karg Island in the foxhole and tell him to come out with his hands up, please?
Oh, you see me as one of them. I don't have anything to you for clarification to you. If you see me as one of them, I don't know what to say.
Do you guys have hair transplant surgery in Tehran? Because I was wondering how much a 50,000 follicle hair transplant might cost me in the time of war.
My cousin, would I have been requesting you to fuck them hard?
Yeah. I was thinking since the real is worth like 1/1,000,000th of a US dollar, if I got 50,000 hair transplant follicle.
Matt, I can understand them better. It's like it's a little easier suddenly.
Yeah, I just noticed that too. Interesting, right? So what does everyone think? What do you guys think is going to happen in the midterms?
Midterms? We've already had the midterms. What are you talking about? We got the November elections coming up.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. I'm asking what everyone thinks is going to happen in the midterms in November.
Oh, I see. I was confusing primary with midterm.
I think Republicans, they're fucked if it keeps the same way it's going.
Yeah, me too.
Why do you say that?
Why do I say that? Because
gasoline is $4 and
well, listen, Austin, I think you might be in your own little bubble with all that. That's all. I mean,
Well, did you see Bubble Boy just died 75 years from polio?
you think your view is a general consensus?
Allegedly.
You think that? Well, I live in an area that's not like, there's California where it's like, $10 a gallon. Usually, I don't live in an area where it's usually.
I'm just talking about how the Iran war is so popular.
What are you talking about? We're liberating 900 million people from destitution and slavery.
It's not very popular.
No, it's not.
Are you kidding me? 40%? That's great news for a war.
So you're describing from popularity. How do you define popularity in this?
I don't know, Peter. How do we fight the popularity?
Obviously, been saying, Ahmed, I thought you would understand that meant I felt most Americans were not too excited about this war.
Is this that TDS Maximilian, the guy he's been spending his whole life for many years now with horrific TDS?
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even know what that acronym means, so I guess you're.
It stands for Trump Derangement Syndrome. Maybe you've heard of it.
Have to have TDS to be upset about the war and what.
No, yeah, obviously not.
The economy.
No, I'm just saying. I remember Maximilian changed his PTR, but sometimes he starts shaking and starts screaming when he talks about Trump. He gets very angry about the orange one.
So are you talking about me? Are you talking about me?
I haven't heard anything about that.
No, I think you're erroneous. You might have me confused with someone else.
Oh, I'm sorry. So you like Donald Trump then?
No, there's parts of him I like.
Oh, what are the good parts then?
Like his hair?
Yeah, I think the orangutan look is going to come back.
Got it.
I like how he's always monkeying around with everything.
You mean he's fixing all the things that stupid Barack Hussein Obama and stupid Clinton, stupid George Bush?
Obama's so slick he could just slide through a camel's toe.
So what do we think is going to happen in the midterms in November?
I just said I think the Republicans are going to get fucked.
I agree. I think you and I are the only ones that have given our opinions so far.
No, I think it's gonna be okay. He'll turn around. He'll be close, but he'll pull it off.
I don't know. I'm going to make a lot of money selling handkerchiefs to Republicans.
245.
Do you want to put money on that?
I think
I'd love to put money
the
on that.
war's obviously going to be ended.
Just go on Hollywood.
Inflation will be down. I mean, we go down a list of things that are going to, make it work.
How is inflation going to be down when gasoline is $4?
Well, it's going down.
Because people in November are not thinking about what they paid for gasoline in March.
Well, she's right about that.
So
short-term memory.
Yeah.
So you think it's going down? So you think it's going
I'm
down?
just saying, if you talk to people involved in politics, what they're feeling in November when they go to the polls, or even end of October if they early vote, is not what they're feeling in.
But the truth is, it doesn't really matter, does it? Because the egg has been cracked. You can't put Humpty Dumpty back together again. That's the point. Who gives a fuck now?
Be in November, between now and November. You think
It'll be less.
150 to 200.
You think so?
Yep, I think it'll be less.
You guys are ridiculous if you think the Democrats are going to win solely because the gas price is up $2 a gallon. It's just not. And you think the short-term memory effect is a thing? Humpty Dumpty has been cracked and he's never getting put back together again. This is the end. That means that Trump has launched us into a new age, and there's no going back. That means total war, and that means a land invasion with tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of U.S. soldiers to completely destroy the IRGC. There's no turning this around unless we go in. We will not win this war by dropping bombs and shooting rockets. We have to send in the infantry.
You think everybody's going to be happy about that?
Not at all. Not at all.
I don't think they are.
I was around when the Vietnam War was happening.
I don't think they're going to be happy about it around the midterms.
Well, that's my point. It doesn't matter what people are. They're happy or not. It just doesn't matter anymore. He has changed the entire timeline.
Look, you could be married and your spouse totally changed and became horrible, but that doesn't mean you have to stay married to them.
Yeah, I don't know what Alistair was saying.
Hey, Alistair, why did you name yourself after a black magician?
Because he's in.
Well, what I'm trying to say is we elect a new Caesar every 4 years, and it doesn't matter who's in Congress because our Caesar is leading Rome. And when the Congress and the Senate refuse to govern, our Caesar, the orange glorious MAGA one, will take up the reins of responsibility and achieve our destiny.
Oh my gosh. I think he makes a good Caesar salad. That's about all Trump can do. A lot of anchovies. That's what Trump is. No, I think you're just kind of silly in a tunnel vision there, idealistic or armchair warrior or
Don't
just enjoy it.
Does no one?
Did you attend the No Kings protest or what?
Does no one here remember Trump running on?
I bet you did.
No new forever wars.
Yeah, he's probably
No Kings protest for EA.
with the women with the stretch pants. I'm sure that's where it is. But
All the people who were
pink stretch pants with pink hats.
Yeah, hey, I'll answer that. So, like, from my perspective, like, I actually believe that, but I don't think that this was an intended war. I think that they had a timeline, whether it was 3 days or a week, and somebody gave like either false information or something. But They didn't understand that they're dealing with religious fanatics who don't really care. They thought when the decapitation strike would happen a couple weeks ago that there'd be instant people in government basically giving up. Right?
So we accidentally bombed Iran, is what you're saying?
No, I didn't. No, it was a purpose. It was on purpose. But they thought that, this is just my opinion, that they thought it would be over within a week, just like the Venezuela type situation.
No, Trump thought
Just like Vietnam, just like Iraq, all those other wonderful wars.
This was a bipartisan Democrat late-term abortion.
What does that mean?
At least that's funny.
The first example of its own.
Peter, I'm sorry, but the Democrats here have decided to abort you and your family. Good luck, and I hope that you'll come back to Planned Parenthood soon.
Who are you talking about there, Alistair?
I'm saying that, Peter, if we accidentally kill you and your family, it's just a Democrat bipartisan international late-term abortion program. It's fully funded, though. It's not part of the unfunded liabilities.
Well, at least that's funny.
You have spent a lot of neurons to make this kind of bullshit.
Just text me.
Maximilian, just make sure your family isn't in
I'm scared.
in a private schoolgirl's school, and you'll be fine. Trump won't.
Well, you don't even understand how I feel about all that, but regardless, I think
Trump,
I think Alistair is wearing a condom over his head.
As long as you keep your kids out of Iranian schools, Trump won't bomb them.
Do you think they intentionally